Hey guys, it's Fana, and thank you so much for watching. Today I did something a little bit differently, and I changed my screen recorder to record only the section of Paint Tool SAI where you see the image itself. So as you can tell, this is a little bit different because it does not show all of the top and the side. And let me know how you guys feel about this. I know, me personally, I like being able to see what brushes and layers and settings the artist is using. But I know that other people like having a closer up image to the picture that the artist is making. This is R5, an OC of Toyo, or Toky, who's a very good friend of mine. Definitely check out her stuff. I'll link some of her various social medias in the description below. But also, this is the last contest prize that I will be... Well, I finished them all, but this is the last video. I'm done. No more contest prizes for a while. Yay! But you never know. Today's topic of conversation is anatomy mistakes, which might seem like a kind of weird one for this video, but I will let you know when it comes up. But I made a pretty bad anatomy mistake when doing this video. And I didn't notice until it was completely finished and I had posted it, and then I was looking at it again and it was like, wait, what kind of moment? And that is this hand right here. The thumb is on the wrong side of the hand. And I admit to that. It was a mistake on my part. It seems like a kind of silly mistake, but it happened and I didn't notice. And I've been drawing seriously for probably 5 or 6 years. And I made a silly mistake like this. And the reason it happened was because I was using my own hand as a reference photo. And I just was not thinking. And a good way to figure out if you're using the right hand or not is when you have your arms to your side, your thumb faces your body. If you have your palms down. Or if you want to press your arms flat against your side, your thumb is on top, if you want to do that, even though I think that's a little bit more confusing. But it goes to show that even artists who have been doing this for a long time, and I will not call myself a professional in the slightest. And I know my anatomy is off other ways in other pictures and such. But that's what's important is you make mistakes and you just keep going. Thankfully, it was a easy enough mistake that it was just his thumb, and I was able to go in and edit it. And I didn't have to worry as much, but, you know, stuff happens. That's why it's always important to keep looking at your art and inspecting it and seeing where can I improve and what is there anything a little bit off about this. And I actually sent whips to Toky and she didn't notice it either, which made me feel a little bit better about myself. I was like, well, she didn't notice, I didn't notice, it's gonna be fine. And I thought about leaving it. I did think about just leaving it, but I didn't feel good about myself leaving such a blatant error. But maybe it wasn't as blatant as I thought since neither one of us noticed. But I digress. It's always good to study anatomy. Something that I should do more often, and I really don't, is to do gesture drawings. To get down images and to quickly dig down bodies so you can see proportions and such. And another important thing to do is to do anatomy practices. I do not personally do them that often. I really should. I struggle with several points in anatomy, such as hands, as you can tell from my lack of being able to do the correct hand. I felt so dumb when I did it. But my one friend Kid, he would do just hand studies, and he would just draw hands and feet over and over and over again, and he is phenomenal at doing hands. Me, myself, I always have to look at reference photos. And as you can see, that didn't help me. But I need to stop beating myself up about that, because I caught it and I fixed it. Which is what I kind of want to say to you guys. Just do studies, check out your art, see if there's anything that needs to be improved. Sending sketches to friends and trusted artists can help you figure things out. And if they give you a critique of, well, this doesn't quite look the right way, or your proportion's a little off, you should not get offended by that. You should appreciate the criticism and fix it. And don't necessarily argue that it's a stylistic choice, because yes, there are styles that have exaggerated anatomy and proportions. But something that my English teacher actually always taught me was that you need to know the rules before you break them. And even though that was applying to writing, it also applies to drawing. If you know the proper way a body works, you're able to emphasize different aspects of that and to change things up a little bit. But if someone argues that, well, that doesn't look right, what are you doing? You can say, well, this is how it's supposed to look, but this is me, myself, looking. Because then you don't sound like you're arrogant or that you are using it as an excuse. Because you do know anatomy. You just choose to ignore it for a stylistic purpose. And that's my little spiel for the day. As you can tell, this one's a little bit different. I used cell shading to color this because I wanted to do kind of a dynamic lighting, which I did have trouble with. And I wanted to do, I guess, more of kind of an anime screenshot kind of feel to this image, because he's is he a mercenary? I can't remember, and I don't have his ref up for me to look at. But I had to redo this pose several times because I couldn't get the anatomy correct. And I finally got it to where I was pretty happy with how it looked. And it was odd doing cell shading, since I only really do cell shading for my chibis, and doing full figured, well, he's not a full figure, he's a half body, doing my normal style in cell shading is kind of odd. But Toky, oh my gosh, Toky is amazing at cell shading. Well, she's amazing at all of it, but her cell shading is so good. It's so, oh my gosh. But definitely check her out. Let me know your anatomy tips and tricks, and let me know if you guys like this type of filming, having it be just the image itself and not the entire screen. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I hope you have a phenomenal day and keep being extraordinary. Bye!